What's going on, guys? Blazing here. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you are having a wonderful day, and thank you again for joining me on another Raid Shadow Legends video. So we got Prince Gnut. He is the new fusion. He is brother of Samar Jumker, son of Mountain King, heir to the throne of the dwarfs. And I think he's definitely a must-do fusion, and I think he definitely fits the princely role. Now, let's go through the calendar. Let's go through him, his abilities, and find out if he's a fusion we're going to be doing, and if he's a fusion that honestly is going to be obtainable for us. So A1, right, attacks one enemy 3 times. Each hit has an 80% chance of placing decreasing the target's turn meter by 15%. Also books up to a 25% and makes it 100%, right? So you can basically decrease target's turn meter by 75%. And then if the target's turn meter cannot be decreased, has an 80% chance, books up to 100, of placing a freeze on the debuff on the target. Damage is based off of defense. We do get some damage from the books, and we do get it to book up to 80 and 25. So solid A1, especially for Fire Knight. A2 attacks all enemies, has a 75% chance of placing a decreased attack debuff and a 25% weaken on all enemies for 2 turns. Also places a counterattack on himself, damage based off of defense. It does book down to a 3-turn cooldown, books up to 100%, and we do get some book damage out of it. It is very solid A2. I would have really loved to see him with an AoE, right, counterattack, but you know, I know a lot of people are saying he's going to be great for hard mode Fire Knight. Unfortunately, the shield counter, you need Valkyrie. You can't do it without Valkyrie or Martyr. It's kind of important. So he, I should say, is not going to be a must for hard mode Fire Knight. But let me know in the comments down below if you disagree and why. The A3 is probably the biggest money hitter he's got. Attacks one enemy 3 times. Each hit decreases the target's defense by 3%, stacks up to 30. Each hit also heals this champion by 30% of the damage dealt, damage based off of defense and enemy max HP. We do get some extra bonus damage, and it books down to a 4-turn cooldown. This is going to be big, right? It's going to basically make Hydra a cakewalk for you. So if you were, doing hard, you'll definitely have no problem doing brutal now. His passive, not a big one, but it does allow you, when counter-attacking, to do 100% damage instead of 75. It's okay. It's not really that big. And then we have a aura of accuracy 80 in all dungeons. So let's get into the fusion calendar. All right, so we have the fusion event calendar brought up, and you can see here, it doesn't look too difficult. It looks about the same kind of calendar we always get. I'll go through my little plan over here as to how you can get this fusion done as efficiently as possible with not having to, stress yourself out with the minimal amount of time actually needed to spend in game as well. So first thing we're going to do is on Tuesday, right? We got CVC, we got Spider Tournament, we got Dungeon Divers, and we have Champion Training. So plan for that is to hit stage 20, farm it with our solo RTAC build, and triple dip on the points for the fusion and add a nice little bonus on top for CVC. It is a non-personal CVC, so we do not care if we win. Well, we do care if we win, but we don't care about putting up big points. After that, the next day that we're going to basically do a bunch of work on is going to be on Thursday, right? We have, again, the start of the Dragon Tournament. We're going to be at the tail end of the Dungeon Divers, and we're going to be right in the midst of the Champion Training. So if we triple dip again on Dragon and use stage 20 to solo farm Dragon, you will be fine. Again, RTAC can do this. I'll link a video at the end of this that shows RTAC doing it with a certain build. As long as you have like a 1-star Brimstone, you should be fine. Now, the next day after that, we are going to be going on to the Summon Rush, right? And for this one, we're actually going to go both for the Epic and the Rare. We probably will need about 10 Sacred Shards, which shouldn't be that bad. I'm currently sitting on about 19. As long as you've been saving them, you should be fine. And after that, we are going to be going into the champion training on Wednesday with Ice Golem and Dungeon Divers again. So we'll have that Wednesday to basically farm everything we need for the points for the Ice Golem, right? Because it'll be ending on Thursday. Again, Artak, great, he can do it. I'll link the video at the end. So far, we're going to be able to skip 4 events, right? Now, the champion chase is going to be falling, I believe, on a 2x ancients, not ancients, sorry, 2x voids. So you should be all set with that one. And if not, as long as you've done enough Bradma fusions and kept them in the vault, you should be fine. Never, ever, ever feed those Bradma fusions, right? Those fusion champs. Keep them. Events that I'm looking to skip, right? I'm going to skip the second artifact enhancement. I'm going to skip the second Dungeon Divers event. And that is partially because it only coincides with Dragon for 2 days. And after that, there's no other dungeon that is really going to benefit us other than maybe Ice Golem a little bit here. But you're going to be specifically spending a lot of time in game. So if you skip that event and you go on to the next one on Wednesday, that's going to give you a couple of days to rack up some energy and just go ham on farming the champion training and the Ice Golem on the third Dungeon Divers event. So I am looking to skip again the second artifact enhancement event and the Fire Knight. All in all, like I said, it is going to be a fairly obtainable fusion as long as you do have some solo campaign farmers. And that is probably one of the biggest things is, do you have? Now, let's say you do not have a solo campaign farmer. Not campaign farmer, dungeon farmer, right? If your Artec build is not that great, what should you do? Should you, basically do the bare minimum? Yes. Dungeon Divers events are going to be a little heavy. I'm anticipating that they're going to be somewhere in the area of about 4,000 to 5,000 is where they've kind of been lately. So you will have to do a lot of farming. So do be prepared for that because they will energy starve you, which is why I say try to get your solo campaign, your solo dungeon farmer, because it is key. Stage 20 is going to be the most efficient for you. And other than that, just save your silver, right? You're probably going to need about 60 to 70 million silver to complete this fusion, leveling everything from, 12 to 16. Now, the other thing you could do is basically level up everything to 12 during CVC. And then as you're going through, bring everything up to 12 on the second artifact enhancement. And then on the third artifact enhancement, basically bring everything up to 16. Do be aware of not bringing the accessories up to 16. You're probably better off doing that during a CVC because it is going to cost you more silver. So you don't care about burning the silver there as opposed to getting the regular artifact enhancement events and doing it with the gear. Other than that, guys, hope the video helps. Hope it shows you what my breakdown is going to be. It should be a fairly achievable fusion. If this video helps you, give me a thumbs up on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new, and let me know down in the comments below. Are you going to go for this fusion? What are your plans for it? How are you going to tackle it? Does this help you? And as always, much love, much appreciation. Be safe, be well, be good to each other, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.